Alright everybody, I'm going to try and make this quick. Today is a video about my favorite 9mm handgun. This is a CZ75 Sp01. This is the double single action model with safeties on the single action mode. So if you're running it in like for a double action half cock, you can't engage the safeties, but if you have it single action, the safeties engage. So what this is a all steel construction, so steel frame, steel slides, forged barrel, 9mm handgun. It has a bunch of really nice features for a duty pistol, and that's kind of what I use it for. This is the handgun that I shoot the most. I probably have thousands of rounds to this. I haven't counted. I don't. With handguns, I forget to count magazines, so I don't really pay attention. But I know it's at least 3,000 rounds, and so I have some good experience with this handgun, and I kind of want to talk about it. So again, this is an all steel frame construction. It's got ambidextrous safeties, tritium night sights from True Glow, generous serrations on the top to prevent glare, serrations in the front that are not scalloped out, but in the back they are scalloped. So the width of the slide here is actually depressed where these serrations are. So when you grip it, it actually gives you a depression to hold into when you cock it. A lot of people complain about not being able to like press check these guns or cock them. I have no issues, and I have medium large hands. It has a generous glove finger sized trigger guard with serrations on the front here if you want to do that. It has checkering on the front and back straps, nice textured palm swelled rubber pistol grips, which you can change out, a light accessory rail, and a very generous beaver tail. This is a really nice pistol to handle and shoot. This is like my favorite gun as far as a handgun. It's my favorite handgun to shoot. Um, so yeah, a lot of people love these guns, but they are limited on holster options unless they run with an actual Czech police holster, but it prevents them from running a pistol flashlight. So this is a Surefire X300, and it's a very good flashlight for a handgun. These are military police tested, proven, very good, very durable. Even when parts are broken, they still run, and I'll show you that in a second. But I've mounted it on this handgun for a couple reasons. One, I just like Surefire flashlights, and this is probably my favorite pistol flashlight. But two is because to find a proper holster to interface with this setup, I went to Safariland and picked up a M45 A1 Marine Corps handgun holster. So the M45A1 is the modern, current U.S. Marine Corps sidearm, and they run this holster to fit a Surefire X300. So what I did was I took a M45A1, I took the CZ-SP01, and I just measured them side by side. The slides are the same width. The slide lengths are almost identical. The M45A1 is just slightly longer. The sight radius is almost exactly the same. Again, the front sight on the M45 just slightly out further, about 1/8 of an inch. They are both ambidextrous safeties, so their safeties are almost in the exact same spot. Beaver tail and single action position of the hammer, almost identical. The trigger guard in the rear, this location, is pretty much identical. The CZ has a more generous finger opening for gloved fingers because these were designed in cold weather environment country. So the people knew you needed a gloved finger. But the M45 is generally the same trigger opening. The width from here to the top, pretty much the same. So as far as geometry goes, this is essentially the same gun, just slightly shorter in the muzzle as a M45 A1 1911. So U.S. Marine Corps holster fits a CZ SP01 with a Surefire X300. This is the X300 Ultra-A. So just to let you know, I have a couple other Surefire lights, but this is the one for this handgun. And and it fits perfectly. It wiggles slightly. I wouldn't say perfectly, but it wiggles slightly. Again, I can adjust the tension on this, but I don't really need to. It cannot come out because of two reasons. There's a band in the way that prevents it from popping out, and the textured material in there. Well, there's three reasons. Textured material prevents it from leaning, and even if it does lean, the flashlight that's in there is in this chamber, and it can't torque out, so you can't actually remove it this way, like leaning it out the back. So even though there is a slight gap from here to here, you can't pull it out. It just won't come out because of the mechanics of having that flashlight in the way. So this is a perfect holster solution for a gun that has basically no, with flashlight on, no holsters out there. Nobody makes a holster for this other than Blackhawk, who do the Omnivore. They just index off the flashlight, so it's not actually designed for this handgun. But those are not necessarily duty holsters like a Safariland. So I did some research, found the 6004 SS-530 for the U.S. Marine Corps fits CZ Sp01 with X300 Surefire. And it's perfect. It mounts right off your belt or a drop leg, or if you're a really cool guy, you can hook it onto your chest. You can hook it onto your back like your Master Chief and draw it like a sword. So, but yeah, that's this kind of me talking about this. I've had no malfunctions with this pistol after thousands and thousands of rounds. I practice with it at least once a week out in my field. I've got a bunch of steel targets set up, and I shoot with it. I run it through a few mags each week, and utterly reliable. I rarely ever clean it. The light doesn't hardly add any weight, and just a really simple basic setup. I like the single action trigger. I like the ability to have a safety on the gun, and I like that it's, you know, again, hammer fired. I like hammer fired guns. So that's this kind of like little talk about and review and explanation of how I use my CZ Sp01. Love this handgun. I love the setup that I have. It's very convenient and very reliable. And what's cool is with these Surefire lights, I'll go ahead and talk about this for a sec. The Surefire flashlights are extremely nice, not only because they're well constructed for the most part, they come with excellent customer service. So even though sometimes they'll break parts, Surefire will replace them pretty much entirely. This one is broken, so I had done something where I had to mess with this battery chamber in here, and when I opened this little tail cap, when I pulled it downward, it just snapped off my little hooks that hold onto this pivot pin right here. So if you can see, there's no claws around there. There's just the claws going underneath and kind of holding it in place. So if I open it too much, it can come off, which that's not supposed to happen. Contacted Surefire, and they said, hey, we'll just send you a brand new one, brand new tail cap assembly. No charge. It'll be here in a couple days. So it's really great. So Surefire make excellent pistol lights, and their customer service is top notch. I got a hold of somebody on the phone, and yeah, and also they have a bunch of different attachments. You can put an IR lens on this. I may get one because I don't know if it'll fit in this, and I kind of want to see how much, if I could get away with putting a Vampire on this flashlight and actually have it work. So they slide on real easy. All you gotta do is just toggle the thing and it goes on. But yeah, makes for an incredibly effective fighting weapon. And the holster, again, Safariland holsters are some of the best in the world. They're just really good. And their customer service is pretty good. Not the greatest, but I'd say very good. So yeah, that's this whole setup. So what I have, just to sum it up, Sp01 single action model, Surefire X300, Safariland 6004 for the USMC M45A1. Marries almost perfectly. Just about as good as you're gonna get for a Safariland holster with this gun. Other than that, I really don't feel like disassembling this, but I will. You may be able to see my fingers kind of dirty. Yeah, see, it's just picking up. So I use this pistol quite a lot, and I love it. So hope you guys are doing well, and I hope this helped anybody who's looking at a duty gun. I'm a kind of an old school guy. I like steel frame single action guns. So that's this. Thanks for watching.